vibration elevated, I'm hella faded.
What is up, everybody? My name is Chicks, and welcome back to another banger video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the video. It only takes a little bit of time out of your day, and it makes my day a whole lot better and will help grow my channel. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be telling a story of the time I got caught smoking weed, guys. Now, I do not advise you guys to smoke weed. It is not good for you. It is bad. It'll make you flunk out of school, but we're all teenagers sometimes. So, you gotta do what you gotta do, but I do not advise smoking marijuana, okay? Bad, bad, bad. Don't do it. But, anyways, guys, let's get into the story. So this story starts off around Christmas time, okay? And my mom was doing Christmas shopping and she had the bright idea of getting my brother weed for Christmas, guys. So, where are we going to get weed? You know, I'm only 16, so I don't really have very many ways to get weed. I could get some off the streets, but that's probably laced with crack. That's probably not such a good idea. But my dad, he grows marijuana, or he used to at least. So I had the bright idea of stealing a whole ass jar of my dad's weed out of his cupboard. So the weekend comes around, I go to my dad's house, and I take a jar of his weed without him noticing. Okay, I got away with the stealing of the weed. And I come back to my mom. She's picking me up. I don't have my license yet, sadly. So she picks me up, and I show her this jar of weed, and she wasn't serious about it, but I kind of knew that, but I thought it'd be funny as hell, and it was super funny. But long story short, we got the weed, and my brother got it for Christmas. But we didn't give it all to him. There was still some weed left over. So the weed jar was sitting downstairs, and I was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to take this upstairs. I think it'd be funny if I had weed sitting on my desk. Little did she know that was my time. So I'd smoked weed before, but, I wasn't a big stoner. I had it here and there, just a couple of times with my friends, never alone. And one time, my parents decided that they're going to go out to dinner. They're like, oh, we're going to go out to dinner. We won't be home for a while. So I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even think of smoking the weed until they left. So they leave, and I'm sitting there, and I'm playing some GTA 5 with some of my friends, and I look over, and the weed's there. I'm like, no, I don't think I will. And I look back over, I don't know about this. I don't know how I feel about smoking weed in the house. And I look over a third time, I'm like, fuck it, why not? I'm 16, it's not a big deal. I'm not 12 and I'm smoking marijuana every day. But so I decide that I'm gonna smoke some weed, okay? And I don't have a pipe, right? So I took some cigarettes that my parents had, and I took the tobacco out, and I put the marijuana inside of the cigarettes, right? So I'm sitting in my room, right, smoking weed, and my parents aren't home, and all of a sudden, I'm, I'm sitting here playing games, and I hear my stepdad's voice downstairs. I'm like, oh shit, they're home? What the hell? They're supposed to be gone for hours. So I hide the weed, I throw the cigarette butts in my cup of ramen that I had sitting there, and I hid it behind this box in my room. I sprinted out, grabbed some cologne, which is a dumb idea, because as I was going out to grab the cologne, my stepdad walks upstairs. Now, mind you, they didn't know yet. They had no clue yet. So my ass is panicking upstairs, frantically trying to grab a bottle of cologne, which is never what you should do if you're trying to hide smoking weed, guys. Pro tip: do not spray cologne. It makes you look very, very suspicious on why it smells like strong cologne in your room. Not a good deal. But anyways, so I'm grabbing this cologne, and I think of no other way, but me and my stepdad like to wrestle, like, not in a sexual way. Don't sexualize me and my stepdad. This isn't a family strokes video. But anyways, guys, so we like to like play fight. So I'm like, oh, haha. I was jokingly punch him in the stomach, not very hard, obviously, because I'm not a little abuser, but sometimes I like to be a little asshole. So I punch him in the stomach very, very gently, and we just kind of start wrestling. I don't know how he didn't smell the weed on me. But his nose must have been broken that day. So I go and I grab this bottle of cologne, right? Grab this cologne and I spray him. I spray him with the cologne. I'm like, haha, got you. My bottle of cologne. And he just thinks it's weird. Sorry if you heard that door shut. But anyway, he thinks it's weird. And my mom comes in my room and she goes, why does it smell like weed in here? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Now, mind you, I had cleaned everything up, so I thought I was scot free. They questioned me about the cologne. I was just like, oh, I don't know. I thought I smelled gross, but I forgot one little thing, guys. One little thing that made this whole operation of smoking weed go down the drain. I forgot to move the lighter off of my desk. Yeah, stupid, stupid, stupid mistake I made there. Ah, I was like, oh, nothing. My mom goes, let me smell your breath. So I kind of breathe, and she goes, it smells like weed. I'm like, no, it doesn't. What are you talking about? You're crazy. She goes, it definitely smells like weed. I'm like, no, 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 it doesn't. She's like, why is there a lighter on your desk? And I'm like, shit. So I'm like, oh, I lit the candle on my desk. She goes, uh huh, yeah. She goes, why is the jar of weed open? I forgot to close up the jar of weed, guys. That was my fatal mistake. Bigger than the lighter. The jar of weed was still open, guys. I panicked. I freaked out. And I forgot to close up the weed, guys. So they go back to dinner. I don't know why they came home at this point. But they're like, we'll talk about this later. So, I had to sit there and be like, ah, fuck. Sat there for a couple hours, just played some more GTA, went on that casino heist grind while they were gone, and they came home, and I'm like, so, am I in trouble? She goes, no, you're not in trouble. I'm very disappointed, and that is the worst part. Having your parents tell you that they are disappointed in you, dude. That shit hurts more than getting in trouble, getting your PlayStation taken away, getting your computer smashed. Telling your parents telling you that they're disappointed in you is the worst punishment of all time. Let me just tell you that, guys. So I'm not in trouble, but my parents tell me don't do it again, otherwise you're gonna be in really, really big trouble. Okay, so I learned my lesson there. But the reason why they came home, right? So they're driving. I live out in the country, and it's some pretty windy roads, and there's a lot of car accidents where I live. And so they're driving, and they saw this fresh car accident, and they're like, "Oh, we got to go help these people." They go help them, and afterwards, my mom says that they're like a couple minutes from home. She's like, "I got to go to the bathroom. Can we stop by the house again?" She tells my stepdad that, so I can go to the bathroom. And she says when she walks in, she smelled the weed, but I didn't hear her. I just heard my stepdad's voice. So, yeah, don't do it, guys. The universe will strike you down no matter what. The people in the car crash were fine, by the way. So you don't have to worry about them. But yeah, guys, that is the story of how I got caught smoking weed. Don't do it, guys. It will get you caught. You will get in trouble, and it will make your life hell. And your parents will be disappointed in you. Don't do it. I do not advise it. But anyways, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that you guys do good in school. Don't smoke weed. It's okay a little bit. Don't do it all the time. Okay. I love you guys. Remember, stay cool.